Monday, the final Monday in the month of August. Everyone, welcome to the show 29th. Okay, let's get the show started, and this takes us effectively down the week into the first few days of September. The Nigerian market was about 0.04% on Friday. The Egyptian market, which started on Sunday, started off a bit in the negative territory. The BRVM was 21 basis points better on Friday. The GSE lost 0.24%. The market in Nairobi is still to find that direction since the August 9th presidential election. The market sold out, went below the 140 to 137.61 by 0.63%. A whole lot of load shedding, sell down, as it were, on the Nairobi Securities Exchange for most of last week. And that's how we finished off last week. Push that aside to get a new horizon into the new week, which is starting today with the Kenya's Cooperative Bank reporting first half profit jump of 55%. Part of the earnings coming through from the second quarter and the first half of the year. Bamburi Cement, however, reporting first half profits down roughly 40% year on year to about 95 million shillings. The MCBA Group says its net income, which is a financial services company on the Nairobi Bourse, 7.7 billion shillings against 4.66 billion shillings reported on a year-on-year basis. That's a bit healthier than the previous year. And the DR Congo says is looking to ration jet fuel because the cost of aviation fuel is rising. Nigeria is facing similar problem in terms of the cost of aviation fuel. The Tanzanian government and NMB Bank are working together to create what we call a new diaspora digital hub that will help. 100 million shillings is what is being put on the table to get us started. That will help the digital hub in Tanzania to help diasporans as well. So the government is in bed with the NMB Bank Limited to get that sorted out. That will really help the digital footprint, financial inclusion, and the whole digital economy that we're pursuing on the African continent. And looking to Nigeria's for the start of the week, the country's GDP second quarter came in on Friday, still being talked about, 3.45% growth on a year-on-year basis. But if you look at a quarter-on-quarter basis, there was a pressure on the economy. Economic activity was down. We saw a rising level of prices. That's what the statistics office said. And that brought the second quarter GDP down 0.37% against the first quarter of the year. And the central bank over the weekend said it cleared about $265 million in the backlog of what was being owed outstanding tickets to international airlines. And the Bank of Ghana, it says it's received $750 million in facility, new funding loan from Afrexim Bank, while Liberia's IMF facility will only be available if there are budgetary adjustments. That's what the authorities in Freetown would have in Monrovia would have to deal with. So that's the part of the stories we're following for you to start your new week. Great. Let's look at the Southern African market, where the big story today is between Walmart and Massmart, looking to buy the remaining shares of Massmart and delist Massmart from the GSE. Walmart is putting about 62 rand on the table for each of those shares that it doesn't have in its kitty. The biggest corporate news coming through out of South Africa today in the retail sales business. That's the big story today. We'll have a whole lot more details for you moving forward. In the meantime, the IMF says the $650 billion SDR, special drawing rights, of which was August last year, has been spent by fragile nations. Now there's a need for a new lifeline for food, fuel, inflation, and higher rates that we're seeing around the world. An African bank in South Africa is adding 4.7 million clients with Ubank in terms of the acquisition that is purchasing, is looking at. Then you've got Northern Platinum, full year numbers, headline earnings per share, 26.11 rand, profit slightly down, roughly 3%. And Angolan President João Lourenço has won the second term of 5 years in office. Okay, let's touch base with North Africa, by the way, and that's the big story between Japan and the African Development Bank. The whole big conference that was held in Tunisia over the weekend, which ended yesterday, Sunday, saw $50 billion. What Japan is putting on the table, that's the big size. What's coming through with the EFDB's around $5 billion Africa private sector support, which is under the initiative of what Japan is already doing with the EFDB. Now, agriculture and nutrition has been added to those engagements that Japan is supporting Africa. And then the Central Bank of Egypt has cancelled what's called the maximum deposit limits for banks and raises withdrawal to about 150 Egyptian pounds. And food security is key to Morocco. So the EU is planning to raise fertilizer imports for Morocco to ensure there's an increase in food security. And Morocco's support traffic was down 1.1% in late July. That's according to latest data coming through from last month. I will just done with another month, by the way. So keep those numbers in mind and those headlines as we start another business and market week. That's your Frontier opening bell this Monday, the 29th of August. I am Wilson Amafaye. I'll see you next time. Have a great week ahead. We've got a big news for you from the African Caribbean Conference set to take place in Barbados from the 1st of September between Afreximbank and the government of Barbados. The handshake between continental Africa and the Caribbean. The one big story, and Frontier Africa Report is handling that for you starting from Thursday. Keep your eyes on that. See you next time.